clicked on this video today because you're trying to start something young, you want to do something early on in life, you want to do great things early on in life, and there's people out there who are telling you you can't do it, who are making fun of you, who say that you don't have the skills, who say that you don't have the knowledge, and I'm here today to tell you that that is completely wrong, and I'm going to give you a ton of reasons why in this video. So stick around, let's talk about why you should continue on with your dreams, your goals, whatever you want to do, no matter what age you are, especially if you are young. When you're young, you get a ton of extra time to do things that other people don't, right? So when you start a business, or you start investing, or you start a new career, or you start a goal, or you start, chasing your dreams in any way possible, you have significantly more time in your life to have an exponential increase in skills and money and ability to win and mindset and all of these things, right? You now have way more time than anybody else, anybody who's more successful than you, better than you in any single way. You have more time than them to go out there, get it, make it happen, get it done. So it's such a big advantage to be young when you start doing something for that reason specifically, but also many others that I'll talk about in this video. Sorry, I'm getting distracted because I'm getting notifications on my phone. The next thing that I want to say about being young is when you try to go in any career, any business, any goal, when you're young, you have way less responsibilities than anybody who's older than you trying to do the same thing, right? You don't have kids. You don't have a marriage. You don't have food to put on the table. You don't have to pay for the house that's over your head. And in some circumstances you may, right? But in most circumstances, you are not half as deep into the bills that everybody else who's 20, 30 years older than you is. So you could save that money. You could save that time. You don't have to worry about that, right? You don't have kids that you have to watch. You don't have a wife that you have to, come home and see every single day and make sure that she's okay, right? You just can bang through life worrying about your goals, worrying about your dreams, worrying about your business, and you have all the freedom in the world. You know what I mean? Use that freedom now to actually go and build something rather than wasting it drinking and partying and sitting in college. So not only do you have more time, right? Do you have less responsibilities, but when you're young, you have more energy, right? Like me as a young person in my career, I have way more energy than the next guy, right? I'm able to go to sleep at a later time and wake up at an earlier time and get going quicker and get more things done in a day and, just be more motivated because I'm like always on go mode because I'm 23 years old and I'm like peak, me, right? Like I'm perfect age to go and run a 5K and do this and do that and whatever. You know what I mean? Like I'm perfect age to do these things. And when you are young, you are perfect age because you're young, you're motivated, you're fresh. You know what I mean? So that is definitely another huge advantage. Those are kind of the three big advantages that I wanted to talk about. Now I kind of want to shift a little bit to why people are talking shit about you. Okay? So first I want to say that the people who are saying that, you're stupid and you don't understand and you're young, and all those people who are older than you, who are saying these things about you specifically because of your age. They're saying it to you because they're jealous, right? They're upset that they didn't have the nuts and bolts to do what you are doing at your age. They didn't have the nuts and bolts to get themselves off the couch and start doing what you are doing, right? They're mad that you're in the same workplace as them, that you're in the same business as them, and you're moving quicker than them, and you're moving up faster than them, and you're passing them, and you're doing what they never could do at your age, right? They're mad. They're jealous. And I've had so many times in, when I was working corporate and when I'm, working in a business, working as a business owner, I constantly had and still have people who will say stuff to me about my age. I'm a real estate agent. People will walk up to the showing without knowing me at all. And they'll say, "Oh my gosh, you're really young." Or, "Are you the guy on the sign? You don't look like him. You're too young." You know what I mean? How long have you been doing this? You look a little young to be doing this. Whoa. Could you imagine if I walked up to somebody and said to them, "You look a little old to be doing this. You look old. Do you have a lot of experience doing this?" Like, number one, how insulting and how rude, right? But like, number two, isn't it funny? right? That people don't believe that I can go out there and do something with my life. That I, in the short period of time that I've been alive, have been able to do more than they've been able to do in the 40 or 50 years that they've been on this earth, right? And that ties back into the jealousy, but that also goes to show that, like, people don't really expect that you're out there doing this. You know what I mean? Like, people don't think that you as a young person are the CEO of the company, or you as a young person are making 7-8 figures a year. You know what I mean? People don't think that. And it's funny because it's like, it kind of catches people off guard, right? And like, you know damn well that if you made, quadruple the money that this person that's 40 years old, and let's not even say that, you've done more in the 20 years that you've been on this earth than the person who you're talking to right now, who's been on this earth for 50 years. You've done more than them, right? And they don't expect that. Like, they don't think that. So it's funny because you're smarter than them. You understand more than them. You get it, right? It's so easy to be successful in this world because 90% of people, I'll give my other 9%. 90% of people are just dumb. They're dumb. They're unmotivated. They're lazy. They're not willing to do the work. They want to take the easiest path, the path of least resistance for everything. Right? And that's human nature. But in the end of the day, it's the people who actually do things with their lives who can create an exponential return in very short periods of time. Right? So the earlier that you understand that, the quicker you could build something, the quicker you could have a better life, the quicker you could start to move your, finances in the right direction. The next thing that I want to say is that, you should never, ever in your whole entire life not do something because someone tells you that you're young. Okay? When I was 18 years old, I had a professor in college who wasn't actually one of my professors, but I wanted to be, an investment banker. I think that was my thing. I was going to go be an investment banker. And I sat down in this guy's office and he literally said to me, "You have no skills. You have no way of doing any value for me. I have people who are doing hundreds of cold emails a day and you're doing nothing." Right? So I can't have you come into this investment banking thing. I'm not even going to give you a shot. And as much as that hurt my feelings and as much as that made me feel bad, I never took that as like no, I can't do this. Right? When I was working in corporate, I had a guy that was in the higher level of this company who would like come down to me all the time because I was young. Right? Now I'm probably making 2-3 times what that guy was making. And I've been on this earth for like 40 years less than he has. Right? So like, it's crazy, number one, and it's awesome. But number two, like, you can start something young. No, like, don't let anybody tell you that you can't. I had those two people and many other people in my life tell me that starting a business is stupid. Doing what I'm doing when I'm young is stupid. Now, nothing is ever going to work because I'm young and I may as well just enjoy my life while I have it. Right? Sorry, I keep getting phone calls. So that's, that's that. Right? Like, I know that because I'm young, I'm not going to let that hinder me. And you should know that too. Because you actually have an advantage. I think this is like the 6th time that I made a video about this, but I'm just so passionate about this because when I was younger, so many people told me I couldn't do it. So many people told me it wasn't going to work. So many people said, anything because it was my age and my experience and I was dumb and it wasn't going to work and the idea was stupid and whatever. But here I am 3 years later, making multiple 6 figures, living the life that I want to live, having the freedom that I want to have, doing the things that I would like to do with my life. And nobody's telling me different. Right? So think about that. You can change your life in less than a year. And it doesn't matter what age you are. It doesn't matter what skills you have. It doesn't matter anything. You could start from zero. And the one thing that keeps me sane in life, through all the BS of my business and my life and everything else, right? We all have hard lives. I'm not trying to complain. But the one thing that keeps me sane is that I know damn well, another phone call, I know damn well that in the end of the day, if I lost everything, I have all the skills to build it right back up again. And I built those skills, right? And I've learned those skills. And you should too. You shouldn't let people hold you down. You shouldn't let people say that you can't do it because you're young. You shouldn't let anybody say anything to you. Another phone call. Shouldn't let anybody say anything to you about how you can't do it because you're stupid. And like, no, believe in yourself. Know that you can do it. Know that you deserve it. Know that you are the one that's going to make the difference. And the funny thing is the people who are hated on the most are the ones that generally get the best and the greatest successes, right? So until next time, I just got like 17 phone calls for no reason. So I'm going to go. But it was absolutely wonderful telling you about this. And I truly hope that this video helped you today. If it did, leave a comment down below. And if you like this kind of content, please subscribe to my channel. I'd love to see you every single day talking about new motivational, business, inspirational, whatever, fun business, motivational, personal development stuff from a young entrepreneur who's built something that's cool, that isn't saying that he knows everything, but is trying to help you with the experiences that he has. So thank you so much. Subscribe if you like the sound of that. Leave a thumbs up if you want to support me. And comment down below if you want to chat, or if you have any thoughts or questions or anything like that. If you want to see new videos from me or other videos from me, or if you liked my content, if this content helped you today, leave a comment down below. If you made it to the end, leave a comment down below. And until next time, thank you so much for all my people who are constantly in the comments saying hello and giving me love. I love you so much, and I appreciate everything that you do that keeps me going with this channel. It really does. So thank you again. And until next time, talk to you soon.